Why is it that everybody, blacks, Hispanics, homosexuals, beekeepers, is proud to be who they are, except for white people? Oh, sure, there are white pride organizations, but they're generally neo-Nazi racist hate outfits who define themselves by what they aren't as opposed to what they are. The short answer is recent history. Guilty whites point to slavery, colonialism, and the massacre of indigenous people and hang their heads low, making sure we can all see how bad they feel. What good does this do for the dead? None. But it sure does allow guilty whites to feel better about themselves and, more importantly, to feel superior to the other bad whites. It reminds me of Arthur Miller's play, The Crucible, an allegory for the McCarthy-era communist witch hunts based on the actual witch hunts of Salem, Massachusetts. Any white person who doesn't confess to the racist legacy of his race will be automatically found guilty of supporting it. It is a given in today's society that white people are the meanest people around, the meanest people that have ever been. So if you're white, like me, people will make some very negative assumptions about you based on the color of your skin. In the old days, this was called racism. Now it's called racial justice. Sorry about the air quotes. But I still call it racism. If you know enough about world history, you'll realize that sooner or later every racial, ethnic, and religious group will perpetrate an atrocity against fellow humans. The Mongols slaughtered millions, yet no one calls them genocidal. Arab slavery captured and sold as many blacks as did European slavery, but I have yet to see Jesse Jackson asking the Saudis for reparations. Should Russia demand recompense from the Turks for having taken so many of its Circassians as slaves? By the way, Circassians are white folks, and yes, they were enslaved by Turks. Let's not forget the Incas, Aztecs, and Mayans, who were the bloodiest imperialists in the New World until the Europeans came along and beat them at their own game. If the ability to commit atrocities is a human trait, not that of a particular race, then what good is white guilt, aside from letting whites feel better about their own skin color, which, as we know, they should be ashamed of? I'll tell you what it's good for. It makes money. Just ask Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson, who've made careers out of crucifying idiots like Don Imus. Now that Imus is off the air, how has Black America improved? Has teen pregnancy dropped? Are there fewer murders? Have Black SAT scores begun to climb? No on all three counts. But Sharpton and Jackson both got a lot of really good FaceTime on TV, which translates into more contributions for their non-profit organizations, which means a lot of tailored suits and 5-star hotels. You can't fight racial injustice if you shop at Sears and stay at the Motel 6. Those environments just aren't uplifting. Finally, the biggest problem of all is we're running out of white people to blame. America is becoming more racially mixed by the day. My own daughter is only half white. Does this mean she should feel 50% less guilty? Should Tiger Woods, a self-described Caucasian, that would be Caucasian, Black, Native American, or Indian, and Asian, should he have the white part of his background apologize only to the black part and the Indian parts, but not to the Thai portion? Could this get any stupider? Maybe we should bring back the one-drop rule, only this time in reverse. If you have a single drop of white blood, you're a honky. This would make all whites, most blacks, and most Hispanics white. Well, within air quotes. Then we could apologize to ourselves and get this shit over with once and for all.